Hello friends, now it is the second video and I would like to show you the use of Petra Dura out here. You see, these are Petra Duras. You see, this inlay is empty. So in Petra Dura, what they used to do, it has come to Italy, to India. Now the big myth is that, or the big question is that, the puzzle is that, how did it come to India? Because there is no evidence how did directly travel to India, but it appears suddenly in the Mughal era, and this was the first building where Petra Dura was used. So you can see that Petra Dura traveled to India during Jahangir's era, and there are many questions in many exams, especially UPSC is very favored to this question, where what is Ismat and Petra Dura's relation, and the marble relation to this building. You see this. I'll show it to you. This is an empty. This is empty actually. So there is most highly inlaid work. You can see much more sophisticated. Though most of the restoration work has been done by ASI, the building was not like this. What you can see now, it's very much decorated now. It is full of inlay work. Taj Mahal is not. Taj Mahal is plain and simple. To go to Taj Mahal, there is simple. You see this one. What a beauty it is. You see, it's complete inlay work. You see here, complete inlay work. The ASI has kept very much importantly this building. There are ayats of Quran out here. You can see on the gateway there are ayats of Quran. That is called calligraphy. When it comes to calligraphy, okay sir, okay. So there is, यहाँ पे जूते उतारने पड़ेंगे. I will have to put off my shoes out here, but I will. Before that, I will show you something more before coming to this building, because this is a mausoleum, so it is a sacred place for people. You see, we must respect everybody when we go to someone else's house. So it is like the resting place or the house of a man who has been venerated during the Mughal era. You see, now I will show you some Indian elements out here. These are completely Indian elements, my dear friend. So these works are, these Nakkashis are completely Indian. Though this is also Indian, but this plinth onto which this building has been built up, that is 7 into 7 meters, is completely Indian. You see, now there are many people. I can see now. Earlier I was seeing that I was alone out here, but now it is not like that. There are many people who are visiting out here from variety of places. You see, there are many people. You see here and there. So see, there are such a grandeur garden. You see the water. So it's a nice place to visit actually. You can imagine how grandeur the life of a Mughal royalty would have been in those days, when people in India, they barely had a hut onto their house on those days. You can visit any places. People used to live in mud houses, especially the poor or the peasants. That is the majority. Majority means in those days near about 95% people used to live in huts. And these people who are the royals, they had such a grandeur place to live in or to rest into. You see the grandeur of this place. It's mere in acres, 1 or 2 acres, 3 acres, 5 acres, like this, their bungalows, and that too in a river view. So the quality of life that they used to live was very high. But the peasant, an ordinary man in Indian society in those days, was literally impoverished. Not much impoverished, but he was there. There is a story when Taj Mahal was being built, there was a famine. It was an artificial famine, because all the grains were stockpiled out here for the construction purpose, so that the laborers might not face any shortage. You see the inlay works. It is completely marble inlaid into sandstone. That's amazing, because sandstone is a bit harder. These are all Indian elements. You see, these are all Indian. This is what is jali, what we can say. So in Jharokhas also this was being used. So these are completely inlay works. This element is what we can say that took into fashion or vogue into during the Mughal era. Earlier many elements are there which are pre-Islamic, but till the time of Mughals, Islamic architecture was overwhelming, overshadowing the Indian architecture. So what we can say is correctly, this is a double dome architecture, double dome. Now double dome architecture also had a base in Mughal architecture only. It was only during the Mughal era, and the first was, if I am correct, it was Humayun's tomb that used a perfect double dome architecture. That was Humayun's tomb. So this is Imad again, and this is a double dome architecture which is right in the top of me. So it is there. There are many things kept out there. I don't know what I brought, but there are many things. So easy or something like that. I think the guards might be living out here. But in those days, it was a really lovely place to live into it. That is why, and I'm talking of an era when India was called golden bird, the golden era, which many historians have said that Shah Jahan's era or Jahangir's era was a golden period in Indian history. So I am here. Let me show it to you, the river front now. We are here. You see what type of inlay work is this? This complete painting in stone. You see behind me, it is just completely a painting in stone, and there we have garden, a lush green garden out here, and this is again a fort-like wall. And what I would like to bring into your notice is this love messages you see this on these walls. Everywhere I go in India, everywhere, from Kashmir to Kanyakumari and right from Madhubala to Meena Kumari, all this. I have been to this Charminar, Taj Mahal, even in temples, any temple you go, people write wishes. Lilori Khan temple is there. People write their wishes, their love stories out on the walls. They're in carving. This is very bad, this is a shame, because these are all heritages. We must protect it, If you really love someone, then make something great for yourself. Do not dig the things which has been made by someone else. Do not destroy someone else's love's memorial. It was a mausoleum built in my father's memory by a daughter. You can see how much respect she would be having for him, that she built up a mausoleum. That was the best mausoleum until the Taj Mahal was built after it. You see, it was such a great tribute by her, a daughter to her father. And now I will show to you Yamuna. What is Yamuna now? This is Yamuna now. Here we have Yamuna. This is what is left behind. We are into Yamuna now. So let's see what else can I show it to you. What else do I have for you? Really small balconies out here. How people might be going. Let's see if I can be there. So the places are closed so that the visitor might not jump into it. There would be a staircase from here. You see the love messages. Everywhere love messages. Love blooms out in this country. See, I am into a facade, a balcony actually. Now at the end now. So I'm here. It's barely that small that I can barely walk, simply walk. That is good that I can see many things. Still it is there. We all are here. Jamuna must be clean. Then these places would really look much more gorgeous than they look just now. So here we are. I will go to the next compound, then I will go back to the Madhula's tomb after opening my shoes, of course. So let's move on to that one. Let me walk a little faster so that I could show it to you. This one, see what a great piece of architecture it is. The gateway is such a beautiful one. How to say it to you? You see, I will show you something else. This used to be the way that has been closed now, but this used to be the way to go outside. These are all canals. It is in grid pattern. Mughals are famous for the grid patterns, you know. They used to make everything in geometry. Geometry means, for example, this is, so if you calculate it, this half and that half will be the same. You see the geometrical patterns, you see the accuracy in Mughal and Islamic architecture was much more than the Indian architecture. Indian architects, or the people who used to do craftsmanship, they were very expert, but they were not much focused on geometry. It was only Islamic architecture that was much more focused than geometry than the Hindu architecture. It is there, and I will show you something else if the camera permits me. There are murals, and there are such beautiful murals out there on the dome architecture, that the gateway, I cannot say, they're very beautiful murals, and I think so it is more than 300-year-old. So what type of painting there used to be during Jahangir era, you can see from it. Jahangir is famous for paintings also. Jahangir, there are murals that are left out here, and it is everywhere. It is in this also and in that one also, and you will be amazed to know that they both were exact copy of each other. So this is what I am saying, that the Mughal architecture was famous for its geometrical work. And I will be pleased to show you some murals are left out here, and there are some murals left out here. You can see that murals are there, they are still left out here. So these murals are exactly hand painted during 1600 some AD. You see, this is great, really great, you know, 1613 or 23, something like that. And these murals are still living, and the government must paint it again, you know. These walls really need to be painted again. There are some rooms out here. I don't know for what purpose that used to be used up. I have no idea. But still, this is a room out here. There's 6 gates, 3 this side and 3 this side. Again, the same geometry what I was speaking about. I will show it to you. You see, this is geometry. What you can see. This is geometry. This is that, and both are exact copy on each side. That is the work of geometry, and this is completely Indian architecture. This segment is completely Indian architecture. These 3 gates are completely Indian architecture, what you can see. So what I can show you too, this is completely Indian architecture. These pillars are completely, what we can say, the remnants of Indian architecture out here. So and now we have Jamuna out here. So again we are into a balcony and the Jamuna. Opposite to it is Taj Mahal, but not exactly opposite. It is somewhere in the downside of the flow. So on the westward side we have Jamuna. So I will stop the video out here. After there are dogs sleeping out here. I was just out there during my last visit. That is my last. Here we have the Sindhewak again and again. So what we have, so these are bricks, and this, what I can show you, this is a great work of architecture. I'm really pleased to be out here. It's really soothing, you know. So I will visit to you in another video. Till then I will take a break. Thanks.